and that's it. It's over. He wins that fight. It kind of got him going again, got him a little momentum in the sport. Him against Berchelt, hell no. Maybe he goes 7 rounds, but he shouldn't. He has 12 defeats. He beat Orlando Salido that Miguel Berchelt would have destroyed also. So it's another fight that hopefully the Top Rank is paying him good to be the B side right now, because clearly I think Berchelt's the A side of the featherweight division, especially with Lomachenko not even there.
Andrew, this note just in from Yahoo Sports. 2 Swiss players have been suspended for excessive celebration. This will greatly change.
What were they doing?
Who cares? Are you actually watching?
Well, sometimes they put their heads in each other's balls.
Is anybody
and stuff,
literally watching?
Did you see that one time where the guy bit the other guy's junk when he scored a goal? I ain't lying. He went down there and just bit it, dude.
Andrew,
that's
the U.S. is out. The U.S. is out of contention. Didn't even qualify for the World Cup. So who gives 2 shits about the World Cup? Just being honest.
Well, and
I totally dig the whole Mexico underlying story. And based on soccer fans and boxing fans sort of being one and the same, and those of you listening. And since we have a high European listening audience to this show that I'm sure is watching the World Cup, I'm still telling you, World Cup soccer in general, football, as the Europeans call it, is dull. It's boring. Sorry.
It's not too boring. No, they do some amazing goals, though, Lee. And when you see these guys, the way they're doing their shots, the head shots or the shots from the corner, it's pretty good stuff.
Do you have a kid in AYSO or something that I'm unaware of? Am I not keeping up? When did you become pro soccer?
No, soccer's on a rise. It's coming.
Josh Taylor drops decision to Viktor Postol in a tough fight. Reported by Boxing Scene.
I told you. Yeah. What did I tell you about Josh Taylor, bro? He's coming.
Glasgow, Scotland, in a WBC final eliminator. What does that mean in English? In theory, an eliminator or number 1 contenders fight means the guy who wins the fight must fight the guy with the belt. But since we're talking about the WBC, you can actually pay the highly corrupt Suleiman family, allegedly, not to defend your title. That's what it means. So what they'll do is they'll just skip over you if you're the champion and print a new belt. And probably
Wait a minute. Don't the fighters accept a little step-aside money themselves, Lee?
Andrew, my point is to shit on a Suleiman at this moment.
Well, you got to still he's taking money too. Don't get me wrong. He's the one that sets all of it up. He's the middleman. But you got to throw some shade on the fighter that
steps aside. Yes, Josh Taylor, who's 13-0, 11 KOs, had the toughest fight of his career with a unanimous win over Viktor Postol, 29-2 with 12 KOs, who was down in the 10th round. The final score is 118, 110, 117, 110, and 119, 108 for the winner, Josh Taylor. This was Taylor's first bout that went beyond the 9th round, and the first seemed to be a lot closer than official scorecards would indicate. And Taylor's own teammates admitted the contest was very close. There you go. Postol, a former WBC junior welterweight champion, started at a very aggressive pace and was taking the fight to Taylor in the first round. In the second, Taylor got back into it and started putting his punches together to rally and continue on to win the fight. Andrew, your new favorite guy, Josh Taylor.
He was supposed to have trouble. He was supposed to show us what he does, and when he sees this kind of trouble in a fight, and he did. He won. Viktor Postol is an excellent step-up opponent for a guy like Josh Taylor, Olympian, undefeated. Everyone thinks is the next big thing in the junior welterweight division. He knocked out Matthysse a few years ago. He goes 12 rounds with Terrence Crawford. He's 5'11", and weighs 140. There's a lot of reasons for him to be a problem last night. He was a problem, but the kid seen through it and won. So, yes, when you look at the matchups that Taylor has in front of him, if he is a big star, this is going to be huge, Lee. This is going to be another Ricky Hatton sensation here. Dude making $40 million a night, and people don't even know about it. So that's why I'm interested in Josh Taylor.
Martin Murray fought this weekend. This reported by Keith Idec of boxing scene, your source for boxing online. Martin Murray beat Garcia by decision in foul-filled fight. Who writes like that, Keith? Fuck. Bruh. When you were going to school to being a writer, did you really want to write Batman style? The foul-filled fight. Really? Bruh. That's the headline you went with. Tell me that was boxing scene and not you, Keith. Really. I'm disappointed. It wasn't a pretty victory, but Martin Murray fended off Roberto Garcia in the middleweight fight Saturday night. Murray mostly was the busier, more accurate fighter, withstood Garcia's rally late in the 12th round at the O2 Arena. He won by unanimous decision over Texas's Garcia. Final scorecards read out 118-109, 116-111, 118-108. By unanimous decision, Martin Murray. Andrew, take it away.
Just a bad time for Martin Murray all the way around. You know, he was supposed to be fighting Billy Joe Saunders last night. Bigger fight. He would have gotten a lot more exposure. On this night, no one watched, and now we know it was a bad fight. The crowd is probably upset. Too many fouls, a lot of clinching. Just not a good all the way around. Billy Joe Saunders skips out of this fight thinking he's landing Triple G. And what happens there? Triple G goes and signs with Canelo. Now Billy Joe's out in the air. So, yeah, just terrible for Martin Murray. But he got the win. I just don't know who cares about him this morning.
Keith Idec, taking multiple writing duties, also wrote about Ms. Claressa Shields. Claressa Shields gets off the floor on Friday night to decision Hanna Gabriels in her fight. If you want to go see it, let me tell you where to go see it. And it's a big deal. Here's why. Claressa Shields is basically Showtime's whatever. Like, Showtime is very high on Claressa Shields.
Oh, shit. She's winning, Lee.
Go to Showtime on Facebook, and you can actually see the entire fight. It is available there. Here's my problem with Claressa Shields before I talk about the story. What's up with her teeth? Why are they fucked up?
They're going to... Lee, listen, stop it. You need to stop it with that.
I'm right, right? She's got fucked up teeth.
I don't know. No, she looks fine to me. She looks like a young lady.
No,
she looks like a young lady on the rise. They all go through
She looks like she's juicing, if you want my opinion.
If you were all of a sudden a celebrity, trust me, bro, 6 months down or a year down.
Hold on. Did you actually just say if I was suddenly a celebrity?
Yeah, if you were her. If all of a sudden Showtime was like, you know what, Lee's the next big shit. We got to make him popular. Lee, they're going to transform you. You think I'm fine right now. They're going to transform you.
All right, assuming that I was a female, first thing I would do is make my deal with Playboy. But you already know my stance on that. If I was hot enough to be in Playboy or get a payday for that, I'd do it. Tits make money.
Oh, jeez.
What is everybody hate that statement? Keith Idec reports Claressa Shields survived a first-round knockdown Friday night to become the world champion in a second weight class. The undefeated Shields quickly got up from a knockdown and mostly outworked Hanna Gabriels over the remaining 9.5 rounds. She went on to score a decisive and unanimous 98-91, 97-92, and a 97-92. It was a fairly lopsided occurrence. I think it was a flash knockdown for those of you who haven't seen it. The first round is the only one worth watching. I'm not even going to read the whole article. Claressa Shields, here's the problem with all... I've got a comment about this. Here's the problem with all female boxing. There's nobody for these world-class, world champion female boxers to fight. This is the same problem Bob Arum has with, Michaela Mayer?
Yeah, no doubt.
And Claressa Shields. Like, at the end of the day, these two women have the same problem. There aren't enough big-name matches. So here's what I'm saying. Take your tops off. Make the money.
Oh, you stop.
Why do you hate?
Don't listen to Lee. Don't. She's doing fine on the path that she's on.
I only have Mia the Knockout St. John.
That's why you don't
take the tops off. Take your top off. Do it.
Stupid.
Show me the titties. And that's
and then you just had to jump, right? See, you're right at the edge. We all know what you're saying. Nah, fuck it.
Gotta
no
go all the
parachute.
way.
I'm
right,
jumping.
Yes. Show's PG-13. I mean, I like to keep it right at the edge.
Last
story about boxing from this past weekend, and this one is Roberto Ramirez, written on by Keith Idec. He ruined Dejan Shamalama Ding Dong on Thursday night. Okay. I have been told that there are too many inside jokes on this show, especially while making T-shirts. So for the very hip people who've been listening to the show long enough, who understand, I can't pronounce some of these last names. In Dejan's case, it's Zlaticanin. Zlaticanin. That's his name. I'm not even shitting on this dude. Dejan Zlaticanin. Look, this is the most time Dejan Zlaticanin is ever going to get on anything that remotely is boxing related, okay?
And the only reason I put him on here, this was the WBC champ Mikey Garcia defeated, correct?
Dejan
PBC, baby.
Zlaticanin.
Get smashed in his next
Zlaticanin. No, there's an IN at the Ken. So it's Zlaticanin. What a fucking name. Mexico's Ramirez knocked down the former WBC World Lightweight Champion twice and stopped him in the second round of the scheduled 10-round bout in New York. The 34-year-old Zlaticanin Shamalama Ding Dong. There you guys go. For those of you that are new to the show, if I can't pronounce it, I just default to Shamalama Ding Dong. Fought for just the second time since Mikey Garcia knocked him out in the third round of the WBC World Championship bout at the MGM Grand Garden in Las Vegas. There you go, Andrew.
Kind of takes away a little from that fight, huh? You know?
Typical Lou DiBella putting a spin on it. Dejan is a fighter with an exciting style. Okay. If that's what you want to go with. I mean...
Yeah, and he was literally saying that during that week he was going to bring him back to the championship status or something like that. And dude gets knocked out. Probably over for Shamalama Ding Dong.
That's all the boxing from last week. That takes us to everybody's favorite segment of the show, Boxing News. This week, Boxing News is brought to you by nobody. Please visit nobody on the web. In fact, turn off your social media. It's just making you crazy. It really is. You're probably a Twitter troll. Stop. Just stop. If you don't know what Twitter is, just be happy that you still have MySpace. That's funny. Everybody had a little coffee? All right, good.
You can hear everything.
LasVegasDiscount.net. Go to LasVegasDiscount.net for your next Vegas trip, especially September 15th. Also say for you redneck. No, I don't have any rednecks to listen to the show. I'm like looking at the ads that are popping up on my screen to give you a reason to go to Vegas, and really I got nothing. All the news this week is coming, as we do most of the week, by BoxingScene.com. Go to BoxingScene.com, the source for boxing online. Pacquiao continues to reject talks of Matthysse event issues. What? Are your ears perked up yet? Well, let me read on. From General Santos City in the Philippines, this reported by Wire, Manny Pacquiao and Lucas Matthysse stepped up to their respective training sessions in preparation of Fight of Champions. That's the name of it. Pacquiao is all business these days, and he is focused on the most challenging fights of his career. Okay, so this was written, for those of you not wondering, this press release was written by Pacquiao's camp. I'm just telling you this. I'm not putting a spin on the way this is written. It's very pro-Pacquiao already, and I'm irritated. And I don't know how much further I can get in this story while reading it, because I hate it when people stick their tongue up a Pacquiao's ass. Okay. Let's try again. General Santos City, Manny Pacquiao and Lucas Matthysse stepped up to their respective training sessions at a notch higher as... why a notch higher? Why do you gotta... Manny is not at a notch higher. He's a notch lower. He's going to get knocked out by Matthysse, people. Bet Matthysse by knockout. Pacquiao is all business these days as he is focusing on the most challenging fight of his career. He sparred for 10 rounds Thursday afternoon and gave all his supporters a big smile. It's good to be back, he said. So inspired is Pacquiao. Who writes like this? So inspired is Pacquiao that he is concentrating on just winning the fight and that he wants most. Well, okay, I'm going to read this sentence. I'm not making it up. So inspired is Pacquiao that he is concentrating on just winning